Coming up on the Sports Desk, if it's nail-biting finishes and epic comebacks you crave, well, you've come to the right place. Torrance and West go back and forth like a heavyweight fight to decide the Pioneer League. Bishop Montgomery trailing by double digits at home. Could they avoid a nightmare? It's another Delray League title for the girls of Bishop, while the West girls just keep rolling on. We'll have all this and so much more. The Sports Desk begins right now. Welcome everyone to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. This is the Sports Desk. And before we talk about some absolutely crazy finishes in high school basketball, let's talk about that crazy thing they call social media. By all means, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share your videos, photos, and your ideas for future stories. You tag us when posting, and we'll be sure to do the same. When I was bored the other day, I decided to look up the word cliffhanger in the dictionary. And much to my surprise, it said, see recent boys basketball game between West and Torrance. But I have to admit the definition was certainly appropriate. When Torrance hosted West in their regular season finale, both teams were tied with Lusinger for the top spot in the Pioneer League, which means it all comes down to this. Tartars and Warriors battling for at least a share of the Pioneer League title, and this game did not disappoint. Let's just say it was a game for the ages. Danny Miskell has more.
AJ, my heart is still pounding from all the excitement of what happened tonight. This was a one-point game leading down to the half and even down to the last minute, 26 seconds of the game. And all it took were for those offensive rebounds to be turned into second chance points for Torrance to take the W against West. Second quarter, Jalen Bourgeois passes it to Logan Young. He shoots it down to Abdul Ahmad, and he's wide open, and he dunks it. Evens out the score 11-11, but he's not finished yet. Watch him jump on this rebound and hand it off to Tyler Morimoto. He finds Jalen ready in the corner, and he rains three. Jalen comes back with this steal from Warriors' Nick Snyder. He goes for the layup, misses. Abdul's on rim patrol, and he makes that too. Abdul finishes with the game-high 20 points.
Coach told me just to rebound the ball, and my job is protect the rim. That's what I do best, so make sure nothing goes in and just get out on the ball, pressure the ball.
Oh, the pressure's on. Tartars up by 5. Snyder with the assist to Kenasai, and he buries this triple. He makes the score 20-18, and then adds 3 more at the buzzer. Score is 22-21 at the half. Ken's on a hot streak going into the third quarter with hitting threes in the corner. He finishes with the game-high 24 points. Needless to say, that put a target on his back.
So in the second half, we really tried to key in on him, take him away as well. And our guys really did a good job of sticking to the game plan, finding guys, and adjusting in the second half.
Our best player, Alex Misha, was getting boxed in one, so other players had to score. And then coach just told me to shoot the ball with confidence, and I just did that, and it just kept going in, so I just kept shooting.
And he kept trading buckets with Tartars' Kofi Asante, who stayed inside the paint, putting pressure on West's interior defense. Warriors try to double team on him, but he takes advantage of his mismatch and he finishes with 14 points.
They knew that I can make the right read and the right pass, and they knew that as a team, we're just a bigger team. So we knew that if we took care on the defensive end, we'll get our good shots on the offensive end.
Tartars fouled West in the final seconds of the game. Justin Height dishes it to Kenasai, who attempts a three-point play. Abdul snatches that air ball and he hangs on to run the clock out. Refs call a timeout, but Tartar fans still rushed the court. And the Tartars held on to the lead to finish with the home victory, 51-49. Let me just start off by asking, how do you feel about tonight's win over West?
So excited. We worked so hard, and I just appreciate the win. We put in our heart, our sweat, our blood, and this is just a moment for us, and we're just so happy to get this dub. It just means a lot to us.
I'm really proud of the boys. The boys earned it, and I can't say anything, and words can't describe how I'm feeling. And it's not about me, it's not about my coaches, it's about our boys. In our last 21 games, we've won 16 of our last 21. Guys are fired up, playing for each other. The game's been fun. They're playing hard for each other. And it's just the beauty of the game, and I'm just so proud of the boys, it all clicking at the right time.
Torrance now shares with Lusinger the Pioneer League title, and they've secured themselves the #1 seed in CIF playoffs. Reporting from Torrance High School, I'm Danny Miskell with the Sports Desk.
Wow, my head is still spinning from that game. Okay, here's the deal. The Tartars will host Glendora in the first round of the CIF playoffs, while the Warriors will travel to Scher High School in Montebello. All right, now before Torrance won that epic thriller against West, the Tartars had to get by another familiar foe, the Saxons of North High. And this game was pretty exciting as well. It was senior night for the North High Saxons. Congrats to all the seniors and their parents, Tartars and Saxons. They're ready for battle. Torrance came out on fire in this one. Kenichi Morifuji from downtown, 3 of his 13 points. Tartars up by 10 to start the first quarter. Not to be outdone was Kyle Baba, the senior on senior night from well beyond the arc. That is straight cash, homie. Randy Moss would be proud. Baba gets this thing within single digits. End of the second quarter, John Michael Moore calls Chase Pitts over to set the screen. And look at that, the nice floater. Tartars take a 39-27 lead into the half. Saxon's cheerleaders trying to get North going. Third quarter action. North senior Keith Turner in the corner. Nails the 3 ball. North gets it back to within single digits. They're only down 8 now. Torrance answers right back. They get the rock to the big fella, Kofi Asante. He spins, lays it in reverse, 2 of his 15. He also had 11 boards. And check out that offensive board right there. And 1. Those are some grown man moves, people. Tartars up 10. Abdul Ahmad off the inbounds. Nice move. Tartars would never allow North to claw back. Torrance wins 75-62. After the game, we caught up with North's sophomore sensation, Ricky Mura, who nailed the final bucket of the game.
It was my first varsity game. Just wanted to come out here and show what I can do, and I just play for fun. Just do what I can.
No matter what the score is, we up 10, down 10, they go as hard as they can. We don't always make the best decisions. We don't always make our shots, but I know that they're going to play their hardest.
If I told you the Bishop Montgomery boys basketball team would be down 11 points at the start of the fourth quarter at home on senior night in their regular season finale, you would probably call me crazy. Well, call me crazy. But this might start to make sense when I tell you they were playing Cantwell-Sacred Heart. Yes, the same Cantwell-Sacred Heart that almost beat Bishop on January 24th, but didn't thanks to Fletcher Tynan's buzzer beater. Brace yourselves, everyone. Here comes round 2. The atmosphere was electric for senior night. The gym was rocking, and this game was absolutely insane. Cantwell-Sacred Heart was out for revenge after what happened last time. And this masked man, coming up right here, was trying to end senior night with a perfect regular season. And he'd have some help from junior guard Jionni Hunt, who's slowly coming back from injury. He returned to the starting lineup for this one. After trailing by 4 in the first quarter, Bishop goes up by 5. Jionni Hunt, the steal, and it's the hunt for Red October. Good movie, by the way. Knights led 21-16 after 1. Second quarter, Knights trail by 4 again. Final seconds. It's David Singleton. D-Sing switches hands. It drops in at the buzzer. Bishop down by 2 at the half. Fans getting restless because this is unfamiliar territory for the Knights. Third quarter, Cantwell-Sacred Heart increases their lead. Jadon Jones in the corner for 3. And then it's Teddy Oching with a 2-handed flush. And all of a sudden, Cantwell is up by 11 to start the fourth. But here's where the comeback begins. Singleton in the corner. He finds an opening. Fletcher Tynan, that's senior to senior right there. Here come the Knights. It's now 61-59 Cantwell with a $1:45 to go. It's Singleton time. D-Sing drives, gets fouled. He heads to the line, makes both free throws. Talk about clutch. We're tied at 61. And then, with 1:14 to go, Singleton breaks the tie. and he puts Bishop ahead for good. He dropped 38 points on senior night. Bishop wins a thriller, 67-63. They finish 8-0 in league, 25-0 overall, and then afterwards, plenty of words were spoken.
I didn't want to lose on my last game here at this gym. 38 points, it's cool and all, but I'm just glad we got a win in our gym in the last league game, the last regular season game.
Yeah, their length was most definitely something that played a key role in how well they played defense, and it did affect the way I drove a little bit, but I think as a team we held it pretty good.
You got to have a balance against the zone. You got to get the ball inside, and I thought we started settling a little bit. Then we got tentative, and thank God we had David Singleton. He just was a senior night and carried us.
The Knights are the top seed in the Open Division Championship, which consists of 8 teams this year, by the way. They'll host St. John Bosco in the first round. All right, Bishop finished the regular season with a perfect 25-0 record and a top 4 national ranking. And the scary thing is they did this without a healthy Jionni Hunt. And as fate would have it, he's getting healthy at the right time. The playoffs, or as some would call it, hunting season. Cedric Welton explains.
There's an underrated story happening behind the scenes of all of Bishop Montgomery's success this season. That is the triumphant return of junior point guard Jionni Hunt from an ankle injury that's kept him sidelined. He's back just in time for playoffs and to give the Knights another edge on the court.
Oh man, that's my brother, I love him to death on and off the court. When we're on the court together, I feel more complete. I feel like our chemistry never left when we got injured. But it's a really vital piece to our offense and defense for him to be back on the court.
He's a great player. He's just having to find his game. This is only his 3rd game of the season, and we need to get him back to being Jionni Hunt for the playoffs.
It was tough. It's been more so mental than anything. Like just knowing it's a process, I got to trust the process. Like I'm not gonna get back to being how I was before I hurt myself, but I'm just glad to be back on the court and able to be out here with my brothers.
Jionni's confidence means a lot to this team. When you're on the court, you don't have to hunt for Jionni. Jionni will hunt for you.
Oh, he's one of our dogs. He'll strap up on defense, he'll knock it down. He's a two-way player. He's very good. I think Division I player, in my opinion. But that's the way he is. That's his personality. He doesn't back down for anything.
Well, I just think he lifts us to another level. He's that kind of player. I think he's a gifted player. I think before he hurt his ankle, he was playing as good as any point guard in the state of California.
Well, I just bring that leadership. Like I'm like a coach on the court, and then like I lead by example. I get the guys going. I'm vocal. I score. I can pass. Like I pretty much do it all, and like I just help them out.
Jionni has a very noticeable swagger in his game, and it's infectious to his teammates. He says he patterns his game after the likes of James Harden and Russell Westbrook. And with the season the Knights are having, he's excited to bring that dimension to the team.
It's a good season. We go into every game expecting to win, so being undefeated is not that big of like a deal to us. It's just now it's on to a new season. The next goal is getting in the ring, and that's what we're focused on right now.
Having a healthy Jionni Hunt bodes well for the Knights' state championship aspirations. Reporting from Bishop Montgomery High School, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, many thanks. It's pretty safe to say the Knights have renewed their hunting license. In other words, now that Gianni's back, the Knights have their swagger back, which doesn't bode well for Bishop's competition if you think about it. Oh, the plot thickens just as the perfect season continues. Man, is this going to be fun? Answer, yes. All right, we're going to take a quick time out, but whatever you do, don't go anywhere because you won't want to miss this. Coming up next, all of these ladies you're about to see have one thing in common. They're all conference champs. We've got these hoop highlights and so much more. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Funny! Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. You're not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember to follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Share your story ideas, post your photos and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance. After all, this is your show, so be sure to get involved. All right, the Bishop Montgomery girls basketball team needed to beat Sarah High School for 2 reasons. Number 1, to exact revenge for that heartbreaking overtime loss back in January. And number 2, so they can move into a tie with Sarah for first place in the Del Rey League. The 2 teams met at Bishop Montgomery High School recently. Cedric Welton has more.
The Lady Knights were looking to get some revenge this game, stemming from an overtime road loss last month. Winners of their last 4, and they added another W to that list. First period with under a minute left, Kayla Padilla inbounds to Nicole Hayase, who finds Padilla in the corner for a triple. Knights go up a point after 1 quarter. Later, Padilla to Samantha Isozaki, who moves it to Hayase in the corner, and she nails it. Lady Knights gaining momentum. Padilla off the inbound finds Hayase, who dribbles by her defender inside and gets the lay-in off the glass. This tandem really had it going tonight. Padilla to Hayase again off the screen for 3. Lauren Joseph with the pull-up. It's off, but Sophia Carroll's there, gets the rebound, and rises above 2 defenders for the bucket. The Lady Knights extract their revenge and win big against Sarah at home, 69-50. Reporting from Bishop Montgomery High School, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, thanks. That was a huge win for the Knights because it set up an opportunity to clinch the Del Rey League title in their regular season finale. Bishop entertained Cantwell-Sacred Heart on senior night. Danielle Alvari was there, and she has our story.
On Tuesday, Bishop Montgomery upset Sarah, defeating them by nearly 20 points and dealing the Cavaliers their first league loss since the 2014 season. Both teams are tied for the Del Rey League title heading into Thursday's games. Tonight, the Knights face Cantwell-Sacred Heart in their final regular season game. In the first half, it's point guard Kayla Williams on the fast break. She hits senior Sophia Carroll, who lays it in. Knights lead 32-17. Second quarter, Williams gets it to Kayla Padilla on the wing. Padilla drives straight down the lane for the and 1 bucket. She sinks the free throw. Knights up 52-22 at the half. Third quarter, it's Padilla to Williams. Williams penetrates and finds Lauren Krause for the easy 2. Knights staying in command. Fourth quarter, Nicole Hayase to Krause to Anna Andrade. Andrade from 3. Down it goes. The Knights seal the win. Final score 79-40.
We were definitely excited after beating Sarah. I mean, it was the first time for a lot of us to beat Sarah in our high school career, so that was definitely a big motivation to, keep the streak going. And tonight was our senior night, so we definitely wanted to play for them and send them off with a win.
Oh, it was very important because me and Sophia, we haven't won against Sarah our whole high school career, and we've never won a league title, so this moment was really big for us.
I think I'm just enjoying it for the 2 seniors. I think it's just a testament of how hard our team has worked, and I'm just super, super proud. Coming into playoffs, I think it's important to understand teams are getting better. They're going to be more physical, so every day we have to come in, work hard, and compete, just like we do.
After a stellar senior night win, the Knights have finished their season as the outright Del Rey League champs. Reporting from Bishop Montgomery High School, Danielle Alvari for the Sports Desk.
Got to get one of those signs for Danielle. Danielle, thank you. The Knights have earned the 7th seed in the Open Division playoffs. How about that? Bishop will travel to Windward High School for their first round game. All right, the West High Warriors are also playoff bound. West finished the regular season on a 12-game win streak, not to mention a perfect 10-0 in league play. The Pioneer League champs visited Torrance High School recently, and that's where Danielle Alvari picks up our story.
With a perfect 9-0 league record, the West Warriors have the Pioneer League locked up tight. Tonight, they face Torrance in their final regular season game. Here's Torrance showing their seniors some love before tip-off. First quarter, Torrance ball. It's Abby Yamamoto to Jalissa Monge to Kayla Kim. Kim drains the triple. Tartars lead 3-2. Later in the first, Aneva James from West with the ball over to Kira Hernando, who drives in for the layup. Warriors up 18-9. Starting the second quarter, Katie Timmerman finds Haley Jones at the top of the key for the easy jumper. West up 24-9. Still the second, Hernando drops it into Jones, who hands it off to Timmerman. Timmerman takes it to the board for 2. Warriors dominating the boards all night long, ahead 34-10 at the half. Third quarter, it's James down low to Jones, who banks one in, 40-10 Warriors. Fourth quarter, James down to Jones again. Jones can't get this one to fall, but Piper Takanaka puts it right back where it belongs. This is how the West won. Final score 69-30.
I think it's been a long time coming. This is the first time our senior class has won all 10 games in league, and every year we've lost one or two to very good teams. I think it's really cool just knowing that we can come out and win all 10 games this year as a class and as a school.
I feel like we always focus on defense, so I think before the game we just told them to focus on defense, make sure we're moving as one, and as long as we play defense, I think we're going to be in most ball games. Overall, like, it feels good to finish with a win and go into playoffs on a high note.
After this win over Torrance, the Warriors have now finished their regular season on a 12-game win streak. Next up, playoffs. Reporting from Torrance High School, Danielle Alvari for the Sports Desk.
Danielle, many thanks. The Warriors will host Cantwell-Sacred Heart, and their first-round playoff game should be a dandy. All right, the Saxons of North High finished their season going .500 in the Pioneer League with a 4-4 record. The Saxons hosted crosstown rival and league foe Torrance in their final game of the season. Tartars trying to spoil North High's senior night. Saxons hoping to give their fans a nice W. North up by 20 at the half, third quarter now. Madison Shigeta finds Casey Takata in the corner. She uses the screen from J.C. Vallis right there, buries the triple free over 14 points. Saxons in cruise control. Cheerleaders loving it. Tartars trying to mount a comeback. Koko Morifuji, sick handles. She drives to the bucket for the dipsy-do. Tartars trying to get this thing within 20. Still third quarter. Kayla Tashima, the nice feed from Madison Shigeta. She cans it right there from the charity stripe, 2 of her 14. End of the quarter now. Sierra Kizone deposits at the window. Tartars hanging tough. But there was way too much of this. Shigeta, the steal. And she goes all the way in for the easy deuce. Saxons put on a show for senior night. North wins it by the final of 63-35. The Saxons will travel to Santa Barbara in the first round of the CIF Southern Section playoffs. Good luck to them. All right, to college hoops now. For the second straight season and third time in the last 4 years, the El Camino women are South Coast Conference champions. The Warriors are now a perfect 7-0 in conference, and if you're keeping score, they've gone 16-1 in conference play over the past 2 seasons. The Warriors entertained LA Southwest recently. Cedric Welton was there, and he files this report.
The Lady Warriors have been streaking as of late, undefeated in conference play and coming off 2 statement victories in which they won by double-digit margins. Tonight, that trend continued. Early in the first, Amiette Ningafa finds McKenna Pennyweta, who skip passes it cross court to find an alone Hunter Noah for 3. Noah to Pennyweta now, who gets the ball inside to Ningafa, who slips between 2 defenders for the lay-in. Now Shiota sees Ningafa open. Ningafa with the head fake as she slides to the left and banks it off the glass. Jordan Hickson beats the trap and passes up to Brenna Wilson, who finds Kayla Bibb by herself for an easy basket. Kayla had 26 in the game. Shiota finds Pennyweta in the corner, passes up the jumper and blows by her defender for the floater. Jenna Crinan finds Pennyweta on the perimeter, and you cannot leave her that open. Easy triple. Lady Warriors win huge, 73-51. The Lady Warriors keep it rolling, defeating LA Southwest, moving to 6-0 in conference play. Reporting from the North Gymnasium at El Camino College, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, thanks. All right, we're going to take another quick timeout here on the Sports Desk. Don't move a muscle, though. Still to come, the West High boys soccer team continues their winning ways, and the Elko softball team takes advantage of some much-needed home cooking. We'll explain why right after the break. Stay with us.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Welcome back. After clinching the Pioneer League championship with a 1-0 win over Lusinger, the West High Warriors were hoping to continue their dominance over Pioneer League opponents when they visited the Tartars of Torrance High. Early on, no score in this one. Tartars looking to strike. Aaron Garcia, fancy dribbling. He dishes it over to Ryan Brainerd. Heads up play by Marcelo Rios. But Brandon Taylor is there for the save. And he keeps this a scoreless game. It would remain scoreless at the half. Second half now, penalty kick for West. Matthew Valongo right there. Nice move. He kicks it right past Mattis Dillon, who goes left, but that's a soccer goal. And it's now 1-0 Warriors at the 18:45 mark of the second half. A few minutes later, Mattis Dillon redeems himself The Torrance senior comes out of the box to stop a charging Mason McGee. Warriors tried to add another with this penalty opportunity. Mason McGee in motion. John Marco fields the boot. Little too high, though. The Pioneer League champs would hang on to win this one by the final of 1-0. The West High Warriors will host San Marcos High School in the first round of the CIF playoffs. South High, by the way, will entertain Coastal Canyon, and Bishop Montgomery will visit Upland. All right, the North High girls soccer team won their first Pioneer League title in 12 years. The Saxons defeated South 1-0 to clinch the championship. The Saxons will host Poly Pasadena in round number 1. Bishop Montgomery will host Chino, and West will travel to Alta Loma. All right, we turn our attention to softball now, where El Camino College was hoping to snap a 2-game home losing skid. The Warriors erased a 4-run deficit by scoring 13 runs on 10 hits in a recent game with Chaffee. Terrence Davis was there, and he has our story.
Softball season is just underway, but El Camino is already experiencing some growing pains. The Warriors have lost 3 of their first 6 matches, and they will need to bring their A game to avoid falling under 500 for the first time all season. Bottom of the second inning, Warriors up 2-0 when Annie Adamos lifts a single to right field, scoring Diamond Lewis in the play. Warriors take a 3-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the fourth, Warriors trailing 7-3 when Ashley Machado drills a fastball to the gap in right center field for a 2-run triple. Warriors down 7-5. Next batter, Diamond Lewis singles up the middle, scoring Machado from third. El Camino now trails 7-6. 2 batters later, Cassidy Robinson flies out to deep center field, tagging and scoring as Adamos, and the Warriors regain the lead 8-7. Bottom of the 5th inning, El Camino up 10-7. Adamos cashes in her second RBI single of the game, and the Warriors go on to win 13-7. The Warriors' 3, 4, and 5 hitters combined for 7 hits and 5 RBIs.
We have 24 girls that can all be starters, so it's kind of hard to make the lineup, but as soon as one person grabs the bat, it's over for the other team. We just start hitting and racking it up, so it's fun to watch.
I spoke with Coach Raposa, who said despite the offense's production, her team really needs to work on its pitching control.
There's a difference between control and command. I don't know if you heard a little bit of that, but just making sure that we are finding the zone enough to not walk people, but not also throwing it right down the middle. So we just got to work on our corners, our spot hitting, and just really go back, hone in on practice on those things.
The Warriors will look to continue riding their hot offense as they're now 3-0 in the season when scoring over 10 runs. Reporting from El Camino softball field, I'm Terrence Davis with the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Terrence. As for the Elko baseball team, they almost completed a 3-game sweep over Bakersfield. They were up 4-0 in the third, but fell 5-4 in 11 innings. Warriors are now 4-4 on the season. And now we want to congratulate Torrance native Chloe Kim on her gold medal victory at the Winter Olympics in South Korea. Kim won gold for USA in the snowboard halfpipe competition. Get this, Kim absolutely crushed the competition, finishing 10 points ahead of the nearest competitor. Wow, that is awesome. Way to go. All right, that does it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, I can't get over that gold medal victory. As always, we appreciate your support. My name is AJ Vittone, and I've seen, heard, and said enough for 1 week. We'll continue this conversation again next week. I promise. Until then, don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And remember, you can email us as well. We'd love to hear from you. That's all the time we have, sports fans. We'll catch you next time right here on the Sports Desk.